What goes around comes around. What goes up must come down. Now who's crying, desiring to come back to me? What goes around comes around. What goes up must come down. Now who's crying, desiring to come back to me? Hi, Sunnies. Welcome to Be Me Light. I am Danita. Welcome to my channel. Beam stands for bold, enlightened, aware, mature, insightful, nurturing, grateful. Light stands for loving, intelligent, generous, honest, and tactful. Welcome to my channel where I talk about my personal experiences, relate them to song lyrics to Bible verses. The song lyrics to Bible verses to make it make sense in today's society. The song I started with is called Karma Baby by Alicia Keys. What goes around comes around. What goes up must come down. Now who's crying, desiring to come back to me? Oh, let's get into it. I had some almonds. Okay. So, I'm sorry, I just had to have it. I love this. I love dark chocolate almonds. Okay, so listen. I want to share this with you. I was leaving the grocery store today, and as I was walking out, I started to record, and I was going to upload it. But me being the girl I am, or the lady I am, I should say, is better term. The lady that I am, I didn't like the way I looked in the video. I don't know. But anyway, this is the message. The message is, as I was leaving the store, I started to record, and I said that God is popping your enemies as we speak. As I was walking and recording, the trash can was behind me. And I was like, he is literally taking out the trash out of your life. He's just removing them. Honestly, by you removing yourself, it's slowly, like they've been taking themselves out. Because people can no longer feed off of your energy as they were before, right? So you're starting to see people in a different light. And you're starting to realize that there's no need for you to take and seek revenge on any of your enemies, because God's got this. God's going to handle it. God's going to pop them. And you know how I know that God's going to pop your enemies? Because, baby, when I did something that God didn't like, he popped me. God chastises all of us, right? And we can all really, okay, this is how I want to see it. So my dad, he's like, we all God's children. And I be like, some of the people work for the devil. And he's like, right? But some people don't realize that they are being used and manipulated. Some people do. Some people are very aware of what they do, and they don't care. They don't care who they hurt. They don't care what they say, what they do. They're going to do whatever they want to do. And that's their free will, right? Not saying it's right, but it comes back to catch them. So I forgot to get into the message. Let's go on to the title of this message. We're going to look at Galatians chapter 6, verse 7. Some call it karma. It's called karma, baby. And it comes around. Yo. That's my last one. God is popping the enemy right now. So, what happens a lot of times is people will ask for forgiveness or try to get back in your energy or play in your face because they want to try to avoid the karma coming to them. But you can't allow that to happen, because people have to learn their lessons just like you learned yours, right? And just like I learned mine, like I had to learn my lessons, I'm going to share something with you guys, and it's not like anything terrible. It's just more of like if I would have known from the get go, it would never happen, right? This is what I mean about sometimes people play God and take away your free will. In my 20s, when I was living in Cali, I ran across this older gentleman. It seemed nice, whatever, right? He was like, "You want to go to dinner?" So we went to dinner once, right? And then he was like, asking me to go to dinner again. So we went to dinner again, and that was it. We went to dinner 2 times. Then maybe years later, I've like found out that he was married, and I was like, "What?" And I found out like through media, and I'm like, "This man was married." I did not know. But it was something about him that didn't resonate with me, right? It was just something like it just seemed off. Like it he just you know what it was? I'm gonna tell you exactly what it was. He came out very lustful and I was like, I'm not no. Um and so my thing was like, dang, if you could do that with me, then you're doing this with multiple women. This is not something that you know what I'm saying? Like this is not something you new to, this is something you true to. Like you're not new to this, you true to it. So thank God it was like nothing ever transpired, right? Besides going to eat. But here's the thing: if I would have known from the get go that he was married, if he was wearing a ring, or if I would have like done my due diligence, like well, as I got a little older and wiser with dating, I started being verifying people. Um, I would have not gone out with him, right? And this is to say, like this happens to people all the time. This happens to both men and women, right? Where they will lie to suit their need or benefit their purpose in the moment. Like whatever they have to say or do in the moment to get what they want or need, that's what they're going to do and say. That's what's going to happen. You know, and it's like up to you to use discernment to figure out like, see, like with him, like the lustful thing, I was like, mm-mm. It was like it's not it wasn't his actions were lustful because it never went there. It was just like his words were very lustful, like how he was talking to me, and I was like, this is a complete turn off. Like this is not worth the dinner. And like I ain't gonna lie, like when I was in my 20s, living at Cali, I was poor. I told my dad this. I was like, I was poor, so like someone wants to take me to dinner, like I went to dinner, but it wasn't to say that was it. Like let me tell y'all something. And this is my advice to all the single Sunnies out there: take your own cars, meet at the restaurants, drive around for a little while before you go back home. Stop at a few places. That was my technique and my strategy because people are really crazy. Like you see how it was so easy for somebody to omit the truth, and I'm thinking like. Me just being new to dating, and I didn't think I had to ask people that question, but like, no, you have to ask that question explicitly. You have to really know what you're getting yourself into. So I want to say maybe 2 or 3 years after us going on 2 dates or going out to eat twice. I wouldn't even say it's a date since he's married, right? Or was, I don't know. I started just being verified. I shared this story with someone that I work with. And they, how people assume like you could tell them the truth and exactly what happened. They are always gonna think that something more happened. It's like no, not that, no. And then somebody said something to me and it was like I was like so. Mm-mm. So you do have to be careful when you tell certain things too. But my purpose for telling you guys that story is not to say like. It's really just for you to understand and be aware of what's happening in the world. Excuse me. It's me saying like I took that loss and learned a lesson, so hopefully you don't have to take that loss and learn a lesson. I even told my little sister, I was like, you need to start been verifying people. It was so funny one day. I was like, what's this guy's name we're dating? And so she told me, and I've been verified him. I was like, well, girl, why say he dead? Y'all, it literally said this dude was dead. She's like, but he not dead, he alive. And I was like, well, I'm being verified. So it's like, to me, it's like, that's red flag number one. That's a huge red flag. It's like, are you stealing somebody else's identity? What do you have to hide? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying you want to always be paranoid, but like if something comes back, that's something to question. That is a like, you know what? Just for fun, I've looked you up and it said that you're dead. Like, what make this make sense? You know, and you can tell if someone is lying to you or not, right? By how they respond, their energy. You know, like you know when people are lying. So you've been praying for discernment. You've been praying for wisdom. You know, so like you're able to judge that easier. You're able to see that clear now. So learn from those experiences. Like double check people. Like do a background. You really have to do a background check on people. Like you really do, because people will say one thing and then completely do another thing. Like I I stand on who I am. So when I found that out, like I started being verifying, I start like asking the harder questions. And I think that is what's holding a lot of people back, or that's what's keeping people stuck in weird romantic cycles, in my opinion. People are afraid to ask the hard questions because it's like, well, I don't want to scare this person off, or I don't want to run them away. And it was like, well, if they run away, then they're not supposed to be there in the beginning. Right? Like, if you can't ask somebody a hard question, like they're not supposed to be there in the beginning. Like, I ain't gonna lie, like, you gotta test people. You gotta test people. I tested my ex. He was like, I asked him a question. See me, I'm the type of person, if I'm gonna ask you a question, if you lie to me, it's because I just wanna see if you're gonna tell me the truth or not, because I already know the answer, right? So I asked him a question, I already knew the answer to it. He lied to me. I said, so I ain't lying. Like, just like that. I said, why you lying? And he was like, what you mean? And I was like, why you lying? And I gave him the proof of why, like how I knew he was lying. Then he flipped the table, like flipped the script. I can't believe that you don't trust me. And I was like, stop playing these games with me. Stop playing these games with me. The real question is, why do you feel like you need to lie about something small? And I say, if you lie about the small things, this is exactly what I told him. I say, if you lie about the small things, I cannot trust you with the big things in life. You can't trust, if they lie about the little things, you cannot trust people with bigger things. You can't. And I'm being honest. And not only are they not being honest, but they're taking away your power. They're taking away your free will. They are controlling and manipulating you in the situation. And you're not able to judge effectively. So you could be reaping karma and you're like, I don't even know why. It's because you're attached to someone who is lying to you, who's not being honest, who's being deceitful, who's causing a lot of deception. You're attached to this person, and because they're not honest in it, right? And you're like blindly trusting them, blind love and blind faith. You know, it's going to be like, what? Why is this happening to me? I don't know what I did. Like, it's because the person that you're with is lying to you. That could be in relationships, friendships. That could be in a co-worker situation, a work environment, right? It could be in any situation. That's why I was like, I always tell the truth. And like, you might not like it, or it may make you think about me in a certain type of way, but it's like, all I can do is tell you the truth, and you can judge from that point on. Because I could tell you, like, that's not like, if I know somebody's married, I'm not, no. That's bad karma. Why would I willingly invite negativity into my life? Here's what I started learning, Sunnies. When you know, okay, it's different, like, if you didn't know, right? So, like, in this situation with this older gentleman I went out to eat with, it's like, I didn't know. When I found out, I was like, oh my God, Lord, forgive me. Like, I did not know. Like, I literally, like, said, like, I repent a lot. Because I'm still, like, I'm not perfect. I'm not an angel, but I'm not trying not to be an angel. You know what I'm saying? I'm, like, not, like, purposefully walking that line. Like, I will never intentionally do something like that. Had I known, that would have never transpired. No dinners. No, I'm good. I would have had to have Taco Bell those 2 nights. Or Wendy's. You know what I'm saying? Like, make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. You gotta do what you gotta do. But it's like, I don't want that bad karma. People who willingly invite the negativity in their life. They thrive from that chaos. That's no. You don't want that type of person around either. Some people don't see that. Some people, y'all, the girl that my ex was cheating on me with, like y'all, this chick was like wild. Like she wild out, right? And it's like I just kind of like I knew stuff was happening, but I just kind of wanted to see like how far they was gonna take this shit. It took it far. It was more of like not even how far they were gonna take it. I just want to see like how can I say this? I wanted to see at some point. I think I was holding on to how the relationship started and like what he was saying to me. Then it was like I was hoping for some type of change, but then it was like it never came. It never showed up. It never arrived. And I don't care what he says now. Like I'm good. Love, enjoy your life. Like I'm really good. So I was like sitting there, like y'all. I was like, I can't believe I'm sitting here and I'm waiting for this dude to change. Like I literally, I was doing that, and I feel like sometimes when you love someone wholeheartedly, you do that. You sitting here like I'm just waiting for them to change, but sometimes that change never comes. That's a tough situation to be in when you like wholeheartedly love someone and they just don't change. And like now, like your peace is compromised, your integrity is compromised, your joy is compromised, your happiness is compromised. You are attached to all this negative karma. It's like why be like that? I don't know. I go against the grain. Like I don't typically follow traditions or standards of society, right? And the reason I say that is because it's like I just do what I feel comfortable with that makes me happy, according like making good decisions, of course, like making conscious and good decisions, not like being immoral, but living out of a really good place and a good moral compass is like I really try to be the best person I can be. And when I took that loss, it was like, what was the lesson that I needed to learn? And I learned a lot from that. And not only did it teach me a lot about relationships, it taught me a lot about myself. And it made me look at my self-worth differently. It made me really love myself. Because it was like, why was I out here looking for love somewhere else when it's here? God is within me. God is love. Love is in my heart. So I don't need to look for it like anywhere else. It's here. I have it. So like really just getting back into who I am and enjoying the things that I like to do. And not only enjoying like things I like to do, but like discovering new activities, right? It's just a really good, peaceful space. So it's like, I am not going to put myself in a situation where my peace is going to be interrupted. I believe people can change, but here's how change happens. You have to accept the loss. You got to take the L. You have to take the L. Whatever the L is, you got to take the L. Then you have to learn a lesson, right? And then once you learn your lesson, you are responsible to make an effective, positive change moving forward. So if you keep moving negatively and you know what the lesson is, that just increases your karma. Increases, you reap what you sow. There I read Galatians 6:7 says, be not deceived, God is not mocked, for whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. So if you're out here sowing with ill intentions, you're going to attract people who are going to sow into you with ill intentions. And it's going to come back 100 times fold. God's going to really pop you. Right? So once you take the loss, you learn a lesson. Now you're responsible for the change. Now you have to make an effective change. Like, what are you going to do differently moving forward so that mistake doesn't happen again? You know what I mean? Like, this is where being aware is, right? Being mature. You're not gonna do that again. Okay, I'm not gonna do that again. So like next time something happens like that, or this is how I'm gonna handle it, or whatever, right? Learn a lesson. Change that. So when it comes back again and you're presented with a dilemma, that's a test. Did you learn a lesson from God? Are you gonna pass the test or are you gonna fail the test? I'm trying to pass all the tests, y'all. I'm a little nerd. I want to pass all the tests. I'm passing all the tests. All of them. I'm gonna do what is right, like with my moral compass, right? And like being better with doing my research and my due diligence. Like in my 20s, I didn't think that people really move like that. I was really naive, but people really do move like that. So that situation taught me you need to do background checks. You need to figure out for yourself. You need to like dig deeper. I did a background check on my ex, even though I thought I knew him. And obviously, even me doing a background check on him and having a prior, I would say, associate, like we wasn't friends. We were like, we had mutual friends, right? And like you would be at the place where the mutual friends would be at. Okay, cool. Like, but we wasn't really friends. So, like knowing that, you know what I'm saying? Like being like understanding that now, and like even though you think you can know somebody, you don't really truly never know a person. Is you have to really like it takes. I'm gonna say this: it takes a long time, or it takes a while to get to know someone, and it takes growing and developing and changing together to stay connected, because I can mature and someone can just kind of want to still do the same thing over and over and over. And it's like, well, I'm past that point. So what are we going to do different? And you're like, well, I want to go do this. And it's like, I don't want to do that no more. Like, you know what I mean? Like, or I don't think like that anymore. So that's like where people start to grow apart. I mean, change is beautiful. It's gorgeous. It's inspiring, Think about when a caterpillar changes to a butterfly, like the butterfly effect is like when you evolve as a person, like it can literally impact mankind. It can impact humanity. Like just knowledge is power. Like, people want to take away your free will or your knowledge so they can hold the power over you, so they can control you. Like, let's play, like, if worst came to worst with that guy, like, right? Let's say something happened between us, like the older gentleman. Like, if someone popped up, do you know, like, that could have drove me crazy, or that could have put me in like a really bad position or a spot. You know what I'm saying? Like, now you have put me in drama and stuff that I'm unaware of, because you know what I mean? Like, you just don't know. You just don't know how it can pop off. So it's like, you really have to be aware. And to be aware, it's like you want to really get information on people. I'm not gonna lie, like if I had like millions and millions of dollars, I would be doing background checks on everybody, like deep background checks, and background checks on everybody involved with, because you just like when you have a lot to lose, you see what I'm saying? Some people don't have anything to lose, so they willing to risk it all. It's like, I ain't willing to risk nothing, especially not my soul. No, thank you. I'm not willing to risk it. Usher got a song called "Risk It All." I like Usher, but Usher ain't risking nothing. Risking shit. Not my health, not my peace, not my livelihood. You know what I'm saying? Not my foundation. I ain't risking nothing. Nothing. But you like, I get it. Like, I understand why people would do, like, I get it. Listen, if I can I might just have to start getting me some police friends, just so they can start doing some background checks on people for me. Like, because even though, like, you can sign up for these services, right? But people can also get this stuff, like, they can get charges and things dropped from their record if they know somebody. So it's like you gotta really know a person. Gotta really, really know them. Um, I said it to say, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's important for you to be that effective change. It's important for you to be who you are. It's important for you to know who you are. It's important for you to find yourself, because I think we get so lost in love and looking for it that we don't find ourselves. We don't know who we are. So find yourself first before you try to go find somebody else. Because what you want to do is you want to lead with good intentions. You don't want to lead with bad karma. You don't want to reap negative karma. You want to plant good seeds, Sunnies. You want to reap what you sow. So big, so beautiful, so good, so moral, so into humanity. And you're going to reap the benefits. All right? All right, Sunny vibes on it. Ow, ow, ow. It's called karma, baby. Oh, I'm good on that. I want good karma. Good karma. I don't want bad karma. I want good karma. You be in your community. Spread love, light, and positivity. Pay it forward with an act of kindness. Take care of yourselves. Be grateful. Be humble. It is Good Friday. Yes. You know, you can't spell good without God. So enjoy your beautiful Easter weekend. I think I'm going to try to post again, but just bear with me. And yes, I love you, Sunnies. I'm grateful for you all. Have a beautiful Easter weekend. Until next time.